Hello everyone, this is Old School from WhatTheBuck.net coming to you live and direct from Valrico. I'm going to do a little bit of an Atlanta Falcons preview. We got the Falcons coming home for our home opener this week in Ray J, coming off of our loss to the New Orleans Saints. In the last seconds, unable to come down there and capture the win like we did last year in New Orleans. Obviously, we're a little bit set back by that. Now we've got all this crap around Greasy and Garcia. Tampa football is turning into a friggin' soap opera. Hopefully we can get away from that for at least 3.5 hours or so this Sunday. Get out there, play the Falcons, and hopefully right this ship and stop the talk media or the talk show people and clowns like me from babbling on about stuff that's not really football related. I saw something today on Roto World where they have psychologists now evaluating the body language between Gruden and Garcia on the sideline as if that means a bit of anything. So we're going to ignore that for right now. We're going to talk a little bit about the Falcons. Obviously, I was wrong on my Saints preview with our victory not coming through. But I think that the keys were still accurate, and we just didn't get the job done. The Saints put up 3 big plays on us, which is uncharacteristic for the Tampa 2 that we play. And to be honest, it was uncharacteristic of the way the defense played in general that day. But those 3 plays were the difference. They represented 21 points, and the Saints got a deserved win. So this week we have the Falcons, who come off of a surprising victory last week on the strength of newcomer Michael Turner, as well as Julius Norwood, who also put up almost 100 yards. So 220 for Turner and 93 for Norwood. That's a hell of a ground game. And their rookie quarterback sure as hell didn't look like a rookie, putting up some really nice numbers and throwing a touchdown pass on his first throw in the NFL. This is a team that a lot of people had written off, including myself, coming into the season. I still don't think they're going to make a lot of noise this year, but they sure as hell look better than I thought they would. It looks like Coach Smith has those guys playing pretty good ball up there, and they got a chip on their shoulder, which you've got to respect. You've got to be a little bit afraid of, especially when a team is built with a strong foundation underneath them, like they have with their running game. So this week the Bucs are going to have their hands full. This is our second division game. Obviously, we don't want to fall to 0-2 and 0-2 in the division. We want to open things up with a good foot. We want to get things going right, and we want to make sure that we establish ourselves. So a couple of the keys to victory this week, I'm going to throw up on the screen real quick. Obviously, we need to eliminate the big plays on defense. This was uncharacteristic for us. Normally, we keep the ball in front of us. We had a couple of plays last week: the screen pass to Reggie Bush, the fly route on the offsides to Devery Henderson, as well as the opening corner route to David Patton. Those were 3 big plays that we generally are not going to give up, and hopefully we won't give them up this week. Obviously, with the ground game that Atlanta has, we're going to try and eliminate that as much as we can, leading right into key number 2 here. We want Ryan to be the guy that has to beat us. He's a good young quarterback, but he is a young quarterback historically. Rookies have not done particularly good against our defense. We need to make this kid earn his stripes and hopefully force him into some mistakes that we can take advantage of. We certainly left some of those on the field last week as well, so our team is keenly aware of how to make those splash plays. We need to make sure that we're able to convert those and get the points on the board on the defensive side. And last but not least, we need to use our horses, right? Atlanta comes into this, off of a 300-yard plus day on the ground. We've got some pretty good running backs ourselves that for some reason we did not choose to leverage very much last week. Ernest Graham was 10 carries for 91 yards, and it doesn't matter that 46 of them came in 1 carry. You get to count all of those yards anyway, people. So we need our offensive line to be able to get into a rhythm and start pushing that line of scrimmage around. The Falcons defense, their front 7 is solid. I don't think they're as solid as the Saints front 7, obviously, but they're still solid with Abraham and Anderson, not to mention you got Brooking back there in the linebacker core. So what we want to do is get out there, push them around. We want to establish ourselves on the run, get our offensive line a chance to force the front 7 to respect the run, so that when we do go into pass, when we go into play action with Brian Greasy, we're able to actually take advantage of that and hit them down the field in what should be their weakness, which is their secondary. Lawyer Malloy is back there. He's a cagey vet, but the rest of the guys back there don't pose much of a threat in my opinion. So the trick is going to be to do what ends up being very predictable football, which is grind the ball out on the ground, stop them from doing the same to us, and then take advantage of that once we've established that ground game and hit them on play action, try and take advantage of Joey Galloway deep. We're going to see some interesting setups, I suspect, from the receiving core this week. Michael Clayton did not dress last week, which had him a little bit fired up, obviously. He did come out and take practice before that. With Maurice Stovall still on the injured list, we may see M80 out there on the field. Antonio Bryant did play, but wasn't particularly effective. We may see more Dexter Jackson coming in as a receiver. He certainly looked pretty good in the special teams. So, all in all, obviously we're still pretty excited about what's going on. We're going to be at the early tailgating in Lot 1, so if you're a Bucs fan and you're local, come on over to Lot 1. We'll have our banner out there. There'll be a whole crew of people, probably 3 or 4 tents. We'd love to see you. Overall, I'm going to say that our offensive MVP is going to be Ernest Graham. I think we are going to take advantage of Ernest. I think he's going to be able to grind things out. I think Barrett Root is going to have a hell of a day making his tackles on Turner and Norwood. I think he's going to probably go over 10, probably 12 tackles. And my prediction overall, Bucks take the victory 24-14 and hopefully right the ship and shut people up. And that's what we got going today. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next time. If you want to tune into the post-game show, we'll be live Monday night at 7 o'clock at whatthebuck.net. Thanks again.